This conversation was sponsored by Komodo, a zero-knowledge, peer-to-peer atomic swap exchange. Learn more at komodoplatform.com. How's it going, everybody? It's Juansgalt, and we're here at the Honey Badger Bitcoin conference in Latvia. I'm joined by Sergey. You are the CEO of Bitrefill, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, Bitrefill has been showing up a lot lately on the internet, in Twitter, and like I've been seeing it everywhere. I found you guys about a few months ago because I was looking for a way to like pay my SIM card with Bitcoin. Like, there they are. And I used it and it worked, and then I used it again later on, it worked, and I've been using it since, and it works, and it's a clean interface. You guys have been moving very fast. I can see like the interface made big progress. Like it's getting better and stuff. So thank you for doing that work. That's great stuff.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being an early user and trying things out.
Yeah, my pleasure. Tell us about your story. Like, how did you end up doing Bitrefill?
The story is, this was a while ago, and we were experimenting, wanted to learn about Bitcoin, heard that there was a lot of scams and crime and that kind of stuff, and what's something you can do with Bitcoin to learn. Now you sell something, right? And what can you sell? Well, we're lazy people, so nothing physical, right? Because you need to do shipping and so on. So what is there that's not physical? Well, there's prepaid phones, and there's gift cards, and there's that kind of stuff. And I managed to get access to one such integration that would give us. Then it was like I think 110 or something countries that we could do phone refills in. So just the first version was very like I threw it together myself. As a test, and suddenly there was like users from, to me, very like strange and unusual countries, you know. So and then gradually started reading about so prepaid phones. There's some 4.5 billion people with prepaid phones.
Wow.
There's actually more people with a prepaid phone than there's people with a toothbrush, which is strange. So it's one of those things that's available to like, even more people than the internet, and we actually can deposit money to all of them all over the world, which I think is pretty cool. And then we got accepted into the Boost accelerator in Silicon Valley, and then it was like, okay, but then now it has to be a real company, and sort of like things started spinning from there. Over the years there's been a lot of different turns and navigation and so on, but the general direction has always been like that we want to make Bitcoin usable as a everyday transactional currency to have people buying stuff with it. So we've been doing a lot of different things lately. Well, obviously we're getting a lot of free publicity for our Lightning experimentation.
That's great.
Which is fun. Which is we enjoy doing it, and it's cool to see that like sort of happening. And the latest developments is we've been adding a lot of gift cards for Western countries as well. So countries where there's not so much prepaid usage. Now we have products that are more sort of for an American, European audience. We have Amazon vouchers and hotels.com, and Steam is obviously a big source. So
wow. So you're selling those tokens as well, like the Steam tokens for a game or credits or whatever.
So I mean, anything that's digital, we'll add it. But obviously we're focusing on our efforts for now on the bigger brands still, because with the number of Bitcoin users and so on. So we go for the big stuff, and lately we've been going across like topics. So like Steam was popular, so now we added a bunch of different game products. We have like PlayStation, Xbox, and so on. And travel stuff, hotels.com seems to be taking off well. So we added a bunch of travel vouchers, so you can you can buy your flights on a thing called a flight gift card, which you can buy on Bitrefill.
This is inside of Bitrefill.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can do you can get Uber in handful of countries. And everything is like through the gift card systems, which is actually a better way, I think, than integrating in a BitPay fashion. Because mainly for the merchant, they don't need to do anything. They already have a gift card system, and we're integrating through some wholesaler company, and it just works. For the user, it's one extra step. You have to redeem the gift card, but on the other hand, it sort of separates the concerns as well. Like once you got the gift card, you already know that okay, then you're at this stage. So it's very clear to the user, you know, what's going on. Like, is it a problem with the Bitcoin payment, or is it a problem with the gift card? It's very clear.
That's great. Yeah. So you guys, I don't know if you can talk about this, but like, are you guys hoarding Bitcoin, waiting for the next pump, or how do you guys play the market price as a company?
Well, so we've been trying to maximize our exposure to Bitcoin, which historically has turned out to be a very good thing. We got an investment from Tim Draper when he did this investing in Bitcoin companies with Bitcoin thing a couple of years ago, and we've been kind of spending slowly out of those funds, and it ended up with the last bull market. It ended up that venture capital ended up lasting much more than what it was intended to be. But generally, I mean, we try to optimize our exposure maximize our exposure to Bitcoin. We've gotten as a company really good at sort of floating across currencies. We have, you know, in our treasury, we have obviously we're a Swedish company, so we pay our taxes and salaries and such in Swedish kronor. But we do most of our accounting is in euro. We pay many suppliers in dollars. In some countries we have local partnerships, so we carry a float in Nigeria nairas and South African rands and some other countries. So we've gotten really good at like what is our base currency, if any. Right in Bitcoin now we have 5 altcoins as well. We've gotten quite good at sort of balancing those things and learning that, you know, we maybe don't need to hedge every little payment for the volatility. It means that, you know, some of them maybe will end up, you know, in the red, but then another will be in the green. So it sort of evens out, and we get a pretty steady flow of transactions. So it's
yeah, it evens out and you're okay. Like yeah. That's great. That's fantastic. How has been your experience working in the Bitcoin space, meeting Bitcoin developers and the community? How's the reception been?
Well, the reception's been good. I think for a long time we were a little bit less known because Bitcoiners often are, you know, Westerners, Americans, tech early adopters, and they're not usually on prepaid phones. Whereas we had traction in more emerging countries, but those are sometimes have different languages and so on, and those communities are not always as well connected. And lately, when we've been doing more Western stuff with gift cards and so on, and also all the Lightning stuff has gotten us a lot of attention in the mainstream Bitcoin press, I guess. So that's fun.
Cool. Okay. One thing that I heard about the SIM cards is that there's a trend to make them non-hardware anymore, like to digitize the SIM card system. So, so I guess it's instead of you putting a chip in your phone, it's like some app, or it comes with Google, or what do you know about that, and how do you see that coming in the next few years?
I don't know so much about it. I don't really see a big. I don't care so much about that kind of stuff. In the end, the reason why people use prepaid is does not have anything to do with the SIM cards. It's simply that
they don't want to sign a contract.
You
know, like,
can't sign contracts with a bunch of people. But also in many places, you don't want to, or whatever. So so yeah, it's not going away anytime soon. It's actually increasing in the share of prepaid in the world.
Yeah, I like prepaid. I prefer prepaid. Yeah,
a lot of people do.
Yeah. How's it been with Lightning? You guys implemented it. You're getting a bunch of attention. You're one of the few companies, the first companies to integrate it.
Right.
What does it look? What is that like in the background?
Well, you know, we enjoy doing it. It's not as hard as people think. I think we just make sure to be first to implement stuff, or just be quick to implement stuff, because it's cool. It makes it fun for us to do this stuff. And yeah, I mean, Lightning is still obviously very early. So the people who use it are the people that care. You know, they care to try it out, and it's a very right now very open atmosphere where.
Sorry, technical difficulties. You were saying that yeah, so somebody gets bridge closed and they kind of just call you up and like, hey guys, sorry.
It hasn't happened very many times.
Right, a couple times.
It's extremely rare. So no, it's fun, and it works. And that's the cool thing, is that we already see, you know, we have less trouble from our Lightning than we do from some of the altcoins that we maintain, and it's growing at a steady pace, which is like in our system. It's still small. You know, vast majority of our volume is just regular Bitcoin.
Regular Bitcoin, yeah.
But the share of Lightning is growing, and yeah, it's like it's fun to see all the projects that are being built on conferences like this and so on. And there's an air of building excitement that I think has been missing for a couple of years. Like I remember in 2014 it was like this then too, when people were building stuff and we didn't know a bunch of things, and people were trying, and you know, and a lot of it was maybe not the best ideas and so on. But you know, and I think for a while a lot of that excitement went
to the altcoin world,
to altcoins and to Ethereum and so on, and now it seems like that excitement's coming back to Bitcoin. It's coming back with Lightning, and it's also coming back to the use case of sending value over the internet. You know, it's kind of like gone full circle back to the basics. Like, hey, you know what? It's actually really cool that you can instantly send money anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and you guys are. It seems to me maybe one of the best examples of the type of business and the type of use case that Lightning would be good for, right? Because people maybe, let's say, and let me know what you think about this, because one of the ways that Lightning is portrayed is you open up a Lightning channel with somebody, and now you have a sort of like a tab, and then you can route through them, so you can get other people just with that connection. But it's sort of like opening tabs with companies that you do, like you would think of Netflix like that as well. You just have a subscription model, sort of, maybe a little bit. You guys are different, but how do you see that financial relationship with your clients with Lightning? Like, do they open a channel with Bitrefill and then they put $50 in and then send you guys like 20 every once in a while, or how does that?
I mean, we don't. Yeah, there's transactions that are relayed. We don't really see where they're going and so on. It's just balance that updates. Yeah, a lot of people open channels with us. Actually, now it's like we're asking people to open channels with others, because it's getting a little bit heavy for us to run that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Lightning is early software; it still needs a lot of optimization and so on. So what was the question?
That's fascinating. Do you, let's say that there was a massive wave of adoption of Bitcoin, and the on-chain transactions started to get more expensive, and Lightning started to make more sense as a spending model. Do you see the transaction fees and being kind of like a hub for your clientele? Do you see any potential revenue in that in the future? Is that like part of something that you would integrate to the business, or it would be more like it's simply a means to an end to getting paid type of thing?
You mean Lightning routing fees?
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought about it a lot, because it's the kind of thing that I like conceptually. I don't see it becoming a big source of income anytime soon. I mean, it's anyone can run on Lightning node. People will. I think eventually it will just be like literally the fee will be the marginal cost of maintaining the node and the whatever money is used in that. We're doing some things. We're going to announce one little project that we've done that will where we actually will be taking a small fee for helping people to open Lightning channels in a certain way. Which is also like, this is not going to be any significant impact on any bottom line anytime soon. So it's I think right now Lightning is like it's experimental. It works for sending payments, and that's the interesting thing. I think that when there is another cycle of attention, we're gonna see it take off really fast. And if there's any, like I've gone on Twitter, I said already in the spring, it's like we're not going to see another week or month-long period of high fees. Like I don't think it's going to happen even through the next cycle. You know, longer periods than that. It's hard to guess, but I don't see, or if. And I don't think even that will happen. We come to a point in the next year where we see fees rising a little bit, then Lightning will take off really fast. And just like we heard today in one of the presentations on a conference, that most of the traffic on Bitcoin goes between exchanges, and if we can just get that on Lightning, then we're shaving off 80% of the loads right there. You know, just with a handful of exchanges. Wow. And I think that will happen in, I don't know, it's probably months away. But
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks so much for this opportunity.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, keep going. Bitrefill is cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Tell the world. Bye bye.